What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Big Issue series for us here at SBC Youth, especially in younger youth. We're looking at the big issues that surround our world today, that people are talking about today, and we're looking at how Jesus responds to them and therefore how we should respond to them. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about love. Love is a bit of a weird one because I think actually love is one of those things that the way the world looks at it has changed massively over the last, I would say, 50 years. Love is a very different thing that it was in the 60s, say, but actually the way that Jesus talks about love and the way the church should be loving people has stayed the same consistently throughout. So this is what we want to think about today, love. And there are so many different things that we could go into. We could go on how we feel about us, how we feel about our friends, our family, people we fancy, all that kind of stuff. We could look at all those kind of things, but we're not going to do that today. We're going to look at it on a real base level, a real simple level. I'm going to look at what does the Bible say about love? How should we as Christians love? And for me, the whole thing, I think, is wrapped up in one simple verse. That verse is in John 15, verse 13, and it says this: "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." Greater love has no one but this, to lay down your life for your friends. And I think, to be honest, that summarises what Jesus saw as love. Love was sacrifice, and he shows that to us through his death on the cross, and that's what we should live out, that we should be people who put other people first. That's how we love. And it's not always easy. People might take that for granted, people might look down their noses at us, and that's hard, and it can sometimes feel like a kick in the teeth. But actually, sacrifice is the key to Christian love. And there are lots of ways we can do this. It's not necessarily about being a walkover and letting people treat you however they want to treat you. You can sacrifice in your love by letting someone go in front of you in the queue. In our life and times right now, that might be when you're standing outside the shops to go in and you know, you're 4 meters away and you're the second person in the queue, and then somebody seems to be in a bit of a rush and you go, "Oh no, well, I'll swap with you, I'll go to the back, you come here." There are lots of different ways we can love people in sacrificial ways, and sometimes that will be monetary, sometimes that will be time, sometimes that will be affection. There are lots of different ways in which we can love people sacrificially, but the most important way is how we love God sacrificially. On Sunday, Alex talked about giving God our first fruits, and a lot of the time we say we love God, we say we want to serve him, we say that we want to give our lives to him, and then when we live that out, what we actually do is we say, "Oh, well, I'm going to get my homework done, I'm going to get this done, I'm going to get that done, I'm going to get this done, and then I'll give time to God. I'm going to pay for this, I'm going to pay for that, I'm going to pay for this, and then I'll give money to the church. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and then I'll do that thing for God." Whereas actually, to sacrificially love God means that giving to God of your time, of your money, of your energy, of your gifts, of your talents comes first, and everything else comes second. And that can be really difficult. That can fly in the face of what the world does, because actually when we look out at the world around us, there is so much I love this, so I'm going to give my time to this, and it's all about me and what I want and how I feel. But that's not how we as Christians are supposed to be. We are supposed to love first, and even to the extent that Jesus says, love, the ultimate love is laying down your life for one's friends. We put our lives on the ground and say, all I have, I pour out for God. And that will mean that I sacrifice myself in the time that I give to different things, in the way that I serve different people, in the way that I give to the community around me. I love, so I give, I sacrifice. And for a lot of us, that won't mean laying down our life literally. It won't mean that we put our lives on the line and face death. That's just not the reality for a lot of us in our lives. But actually, it would mean that we give stuff away that we wouldn't normally give away. We give our time away. We give our expertise, our talents, our gifts away. It can be tricky. It can be scary. But actually, to love in the way that the world needs, and it flies in the face of culture today, but to love sacrificially is the best way to show people God's love. The world will have you believe that it's all about you. It's all about how you love yourself, how you love all the other stuff you have in your life, but it's not. Greater love has no man than this, that lays down his life for his friends. Sacrifice and love go hand in hand as Christians. And the world will have you believe that love is all about who you fancy and where you spend your money and all that kind of stuff, and it is. But actually, if we love in the way that Jesus wants us to love, if we love in a way that means we sacrifice, we give, we honour others above ourselves, we could change the world. So today, in the Discord chat, we're going to think about how we love people better, how we love people in these weird times, and how we love people in normal everyday life as well, and how we'll love people when we come out of lockdown. Speak to you later.